Hey guys, today we are going to dive into multiplication and squaring tricks. Okay, so let's get started. Starting with the multiplication by 5. Suppose I have to multiply 423 by 25. So we write 25 as 5 to the power 2 and add as many zeros at the end of the number as the power of 5. Now I divide this by 2 to the power of 5, which is 2. This gives me 10575. Great! I will take one more example. Multiply 143 by 625. Now we know 625 can also be written as 5 to the power of 4. We follow the same procedure as before, add as many zeros as there are in the power of 5. Divide the obtained by 2 to the power of 4. And we get the final result as 89375. I hope you understood the previous two examples. Now, let's dive into multiplication by 11. This is a pretty easy one. We want to multiply 212 by 11. Last digit is written as it is. 1 and 2 are added together. Again, 1 and 2 are added and the first digit is written as it is. Pretty simple, right? Here's another example for you. Multiply 409 by 11. Again, 9 will be written as it is. 0 and 9 are now added. Now 4 and 0 are added and first digit is written as it is. Okay, so let's start with some other multiplication tricks. So this one is specifically for numbers whose unit digit sum is 10 and their other digits are same. Observe the numbers here. Last digit sum is 10 and both have 14 as the other two digits. The trick is simple. You multiply the last digits of the two numbers first and set aside. Then multiply the remaining digits with their plus 1, in this case 14 multiplied by 15, which is 210. So I get the final result as 21024. This is another example. I hope you follow through this one and get an idea. Okay, we've come a long way. So, how do we multiply any two given numbers? Suppose I want to multiply 42 and 63. I first multiply their unit digits. Then I multiply 6 and 2, which is 12. Now I multiply 4 and 3, which is again 12. Now I add 12 and 12, which is 24. I set aside 4 and 2 is my carry. I then multiply the first digit of the two numbers, which means 4 and 6, and any previous carry. I finally got the product of these two numbers. Use the same steps to multiply 55 and 72 as well. You can pause the video and give it a try yourself. Let's move forward with multiplication of three-digit numbers. I want you to write the numbers as shown and create a matrix. Then start multiplying 1 by all the numbers in the top row. Do the same with 5 and 3 and write down the products as shown. Draw lines as these. These will help you easily add the numbers. Now add. The last number 6 will be as it is. Add 10 and 6 and move the carry forward. Add 2, 10 and 18 now plus the previous carry. Repeat the step for the numbers that are left and you're done. Repeat the same for these two numbers. Great! There are two more examples for you to solve. I have solved one, the other one is for you guys. To solve, pause the video and try. Now, let's start with how to find the square of a number. I'll start off with the squares of 5 as these are pretty easy ones. Suppose you need to find the square of 625. Set aside the square of 5, which is 25. Add 1 to the tens digit and multiply. So here we have 2 plus 1 is equal to 3 and 2 times 3 is equal to 6. So our square is 25. Here's another one for you. Take the square of 5. Multiply 7 and 6 and the square of 65 is 4,225. Here's another one for you. Take the square of 5. Multiply 11 and 10, and your square is 11,025. But what if you need to find the square of a number such as this one? Now here are the steps. You first take the square of the last digit, which is 9. Then multiply tens and unit digit and multiply by 2. Then multiply the units digits, hundreds digit, and add it to the square of tens digit. Now again multiply tens and hundreds digits and multiply it by 2. Finally, take the square of the hundreds digit. Don't forget to add any carry that has been carried forward. Now repeat the steps for this one. I will first take the square of 3, which is 9. Then I will multiply 7 and 3 and multiply them by 2. Gives me 42. I will now multiply 1 and 3 and add it to the square of 7. This will give me 55. Plus we have the previous carry 4. So, it gives me 59. I set aside 9 and 5 is carried forward. Now I multiply 7 and 1. This is again multiplied by 2. Remember, there are a lot of multiplication in between the digits, so don't get confused. I add 14 and the previous carry 5, which is 19. I set aside 9 and take the square of the first digit 1. To this I add the previous carry 1. So the square of 173 is 29,929. Follow the same steps for 143 square. Take your time to solve this. You can skip this part if you understood the previous example. I hope you enjoyed this video. Next time I will share the video of cubing, square root, and cube root. Bye for now.